Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Tuesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And we are back after a small, slightly down, nothing great day yesterday because the player props went well. We got Scotty Barnes and Jordan Poole. We got LeBron James right and Jordan Poole right. The Scotty Barnes fell at 23. He fell 3 shy of going over for his points and rebounds. LeBron under on the hook. Good there. He wound up with 30. And Jordan Poole, points, rebounds, and assists flew over for us at 22.5. So down 0.53 units because the Islanders lost in a shootout. And the Wild lost 3-0. Did not cover the puck line. They were down. It was 2-0 for the whole first period was 0-0. Then most of the second period was 0-0. And then 2 quick goals, and it was 2-0. An open net goal in the third period winds up being with a 3-0 loss. So just one of those things in hockey. Hot goaltender, good win there for the Stars. You guys know I love the Dallas Stars. Just keep on winning, Dallas, to get us over on their point total from that prop that we've got. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 NBA player props today. There's 4 that I like. I've been giving you 3. We've been going 2-1 consistently here. We've been winning consistently for the last 2 months when it comes to NBA player props. Let me give you an up-to-date record on the NBA player props because it is sort of crazy what our NBA player props record is currently sitting at. It is currently 41-30. If I have that accurate, 41-30. So up about 8 units on that. That seems to be a little bit lower than I thought. I got to go and check that out. I don't know if that's right. 29 losses? That doesn't seem right. I need to go and ask that question. I haven't looked at that accurately, so I need to get that. I'm not saying that's wrong, but it just looks wrong. So I'll ask a question on that because we had like 18 or 19. I know we had an 0-3 day in there, but I don't know. That's interesting. So we'll go back and take a look at that to see how that went. But we've been pretty good. We're up, obviously, with the NBA player props. So I'll give you 4 of them coming up here today. And then I've got a moneyline parlay because, well, yesterday wasn't a true moneyline parlay. We got kind of funky with it by adding. We would have lost it anyway because of the Islanders, but we added the Wild in that puck line play. So it was a little bit of a different spin. So I'll give us just a straight moneyline, 2-leg moneyline parlay that we'll jump in with the NHL coming up here for today. But first and foremost, reminder about the jersey that we are giving away. It is the autographed Gary Payton throwback Seattle Supersonics jersey. To enter, it is very, very easy to enter this contest that is being given away from our friends at pristineauction.com. You subscribe to the BettingPros YouTube channel right now. You drop a comment on any Daily Juice video, and you are entered. That's all you have to do. We will announce the winner right here on the Daily Juice on April the 1st. So make sure you turn on those notifications so you can be notified when new videos are up and you can claim your prize, which is the signed Gary Payton jersey, Supersonics autographed jersey. Subscribe to the Betting Pros YouTube channel, comment on this Daily Juice or any Daily Juice video, and you are entered. You are good to go here for that. All right. Let's get to the NBA player props. Let's start with Darius Garland of the Cavs up against the Portland Trailblazers. His prop for tonight, is set at 33.5. What's interesting about the prop being set that high is that this is the highest it's been set since the 14th of March. When it was set against Memphis at 34.5, it went under. In fact, Garland has been pretty well consistently going under this number when it gets to be 33.5 or under. If you look at the fact it was 32.5 against Dallas back on the 2nd of February, under. It was 30.5 against Boston, under. 34.5 against Detroit, under. 31.5 did go over against Washington, but that was Washington. 33.5 against Portland, went under. 31.5 against Chicago, went under. 34.5 against Memphis, like I mentioned, went under. 30.5 against Orlando, went under. Last time out against Utah, it was 29.5. It went under. Points, rebounds, and assists. In fact, of the last 15 games, if you set the number at 33.5 for Darius Garland, he would have gone under every game except one. This is a pretty big number here. And when you look at the prop bet cheat sheet and look at how it evaluates the plays for points, rebounds, and assists, they've got it set at 30. And this has been 0% of the time over the last 5 games and just 7% over the last 15 games. Portland's not horrible. They're 15th against this prop. It's a 5-star play, 33% positive EV. Darius Garland, under points, rebounds, and assists at 33.5. Now, same game, different player. Evan Mobley, same prop, points, rebounds, and assists. The last time we tried to bet Evan Mobley, he was scratched. So, and he's healthy now, but he didn't go over this number against Utah in the last game. He had 23. Didn't go over this against Phoenix 2 games ago. They started off on this road trip, and it's been a heck of a road trip, where he went over on Memphis, under against the Clippers, over on Sacramento, but under for the last 2 games. Head-to-head for Mobley against Portland this season, played him once. Line was 33.5. He got 31, so he didn't hit it this year. Last time out, like I mentioned, against Utah, didn't hit it. Did go against the 2 previous. It was 31.5. He got 33. 30.5. He got 43 against Sacramento. Against the Clippers, it was 29.5. It went under 21. The projection here for Mobley, it's actually the second favorite bet on the board from the prop bet cheat sheet. 30.5 it's set at. That's nearly 4, a difference of 4 versus the prop and the projection. Again, this is hit only 40% of the time over the last 5 and just 27% of the time over the last 15 games for Evan Mobley. 5-star play. Again, a very good positive, plus 32 positive EV play. Under 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Evan Mobley. 2 players. You could bet the under in that game because it looks like we're talking about individual players going under. The under for Cleveland and Portland might come in, but Darius Garland, points, rebounds, assists, under 33.5. Evan Mobley, points, rebounds, and assists, under 34.5. Now, let's go to the Hawks and the Rockets. 2 plays on this game. Let's start with Dyson Daniels. Points for Dyson Daniels is set at 14.5. This is a guy that sometimes the prop bet cheat sheet just likes certain players. Strictly on points, okay, for Darius Garland. Set at 14.5. Only one time over the last 6 games will he have gone over 14.5 points. Over the last 15 games, he would have gone over just 6 times over the last 15 games, him scoring more than 14.5 points. In fact, the prop's been set at 14.5 or between 13.5 and 15.5 over the last 6 games. Philly, it was 14.5. He scored 8. Golden State Warriors, it was 13.5. 12 is what he scored. It was 15.5 against Charlotte, bad basketball team. He scored 22. And then the 3 previous games, it was all set at 14.5. He scored 14, 6, and 10. All those did go under. So for Dyson Daniels, he's being projected to score 11 points tonight. This team, the Houston Rockets, 5th against this prop. They're very good defensively. The one time he played against Houston this year, he did not score, did not go over. So head-to-head wise, it's good. Just one time in the last 5, like I mentioned, and only 40% of the time over the last 15 times has Dyson Daniels scored more than 14.5 points. We're going under. Dyson Daniels, guard for the Hawks, under 14.5 points to win a half a unit. And finally, Fred VanVleet. You want an over? Of course you do. Here's an over. Points, rebounds, and assists for Fred VanVleet, okay? This guy, did not go over in the last game against Denver for points, rebounds, and assists. The line was 22.5. He only came up with 15. However, he's been sort of a roller coaster ride. Didn't get it against Dallas. Next game against Chicago went way over. Didn't get it against Philly. Next game went way over against Orlando and even more against Miami. Got 40 in that game, points, rebounds, and assists. And then last time out against Denver, didn't get it. So if we're following the trend, miss, get it, miss, get it, miss. Time for a get it. 23.5 is the prop for Fred VanVleet. Points, rebounds, and assists. Prop bet cheat sheet projects nearly 27 for Fred VanVleet. Again, a 5-star play, positive 25% EV on this. And, well, look, the Hawks aren't that great defensively. 26th against this prop. 60% of the time, this has gone over. It did not go over the head-to-head matchup. The one time that Fred VanVleet played for the Rockets against Atlanta, it did not go over, but that was earlier in the year. He's been more of an up-and-down type of player here. Prop bet cheat sheet likes it. Looking for an over. I'm going to give it to you. Over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Fred VanVleet. Now, all the Warrior, Golden State, Miami props are all out of whack because of the Steph Curry situation. So if Steph plays, the prop bet cheat sheet likes Andrew Wiggins to go under 21.5 points. But again, he's hit it 80% for the last 5 games. He's hit this prop, but it's dangerous because again, if Steph is out, the scoring may be down, the rotation may be off. I mean, Curry points and assists. The prop bet cheat sheet likes over 27.5 Steph Curry points and assists. But we don't know about Steph with the tailbone injury. Will he play? Will he not play? Same thing with the fact that if you want the Jimmy Butler props, points and assists, Jimmy Butler, prop bet cheat sheet likes under 26.5 points and assists. Can't bet it because if there's Jimmy Butler points, rebounds, and assists, under. Can't bet it. Why? Because if Curry doesn't play, obviously Butler's numbers go up and it gets all inflated. So that injuries like that can really impact what happens from a projection standpoint in the prop bet cheat sheet, betting overnight. Got to make sure you're looking after injuries, and Curry obviously is a massive injury situation to monitor. So those are our 4 NBA player props. If you are still interested in the NCAA tournaments, clearly we're going to have more bets coming up on Thursday, but the Pick'em contest is available for you guys still right now at bettingpros.com/contest. You can compete all tournament long, including head-to-head, including ATS rather, for over $1,000 in FanDuel DFS credits, signed jerseys like a signed Shaquille O'Neal jersey, and for annual Betting Pros subscriptions. To enter for your chance to win, this is all being presented by our friends at FanDuel. Just go to bettingpros.com/contest. Before I give you the head-to-head and the hockey play, Madeline, my daughter, tomorrow on the podcast, will give you all the details. I know a lot of you have been asking. You stopped me in Kentucky. One guy stopped me dead in the middle of the casino and said, Matt, I said, yeah, when's your daughter going to need our help? I said, I don't know yet. It's got to go. It started yesterday, okay? So I will give you full details. I'm going to have her come on and explain full details. Just her second appearance on the Daily Juice. We will do that tomorrow. So for you asking, Madeline tomorrow will come and give you all the details for her fun run to raise money for her school. You guys crushed it 2 years ago. I didn't do it last year. You did so much of an incredible job 2 years ago. I felt guilty asking you guys to help her last year because I was like, in 3rd grade, you guys destroyed it. She was top 10 in her entire school. So it was pretty impressive. So I skipped last year saying we're not doing it again. So now we're back. She's like, this is my last time. She's in 5th grade. She goes to 6th grade next year. Her school has a split campus. So she's in the 5th grade. They go to 6th grade next year and they don't do the fun run. So this is the last year for her to do it. So she asked if I could help out. I said, sure. The Juice community will help you out. So tomorrow, Madeline will come on, be watching for her appearance tomorrow on the Daily Juice. All right, finally, 2-leg moneyline parlay in the NHL. Let's start with the Colorado Avalanche up against the Detroit Red Wings. So here's the thing. Detroit won last night, 5-1, okay? They're on a back-to-back. And they're having to take on Colorado, who is 8-1-1 over their last 10 games. Avalanche are red hot. And yes, I know the Red Wings won yesterday, but Colorado was sitting at home with a 23-10-2 record. Red Wings are 15-16-3 on the road, and while they've played okay on this road trip, they lost to Vegas 6-3. They lost to Washington 4-1. They beat Utah 5-1 last night. And now they go play Colorado. The Avalanche beat the Red Wings in Detroit 2-1 in their one and only meeting here. And now you have a team in Colorado who has been playing very well. They've won 4 of 5, 8-1-1 over their last 10. And look, I mean, we're into the point where standings and schedule watching matters here. Colorado has 89 points. They are 11 points behind the Central leading Jets. They are 5 points behind the Dallas Stars. And from a wild card perspective, Colorado is sitting third in the Central. Jets, Stars, Avalanche with 89 points. Right behind them, you got to worry about the Wild and the Blues, who have 85 and 81 points. If you want to get froggy, you could do a 3-legger and throw St. Louis in there if you want. They've won 6 games in a row, and they've got Montreal coming in. But Montreal's got 75 points, and they currently occupy the second wild card in the East. So this is a huge game for Montreal and a huge game for St. Louis as well. Montreal has lost 2 games in a row, and they're 5-1-4 over their last 10. So they're not losing games per se. They're winning games in overtime. That luck is probably going to run out. Montreal has a negative goal differential at the moment at 18. The Blues have a positive 10 goal differential, and they're 8-1-1 over their last 10. So if you want to get crazy, before I give you the other leg, Colorado, St. Louis, if you want, with the hottest team at home in the NHL, the LA Kings. We bet them with Boston. They won 7-2. Now, I don't believe the Avalanche the Kings will beat the Rangers 7-2. In fact, it's only a minus 156 money line to give you what the books think about this game. They think it's going to be a pretty close game. But 8-1-1 is 8-1-1. 3 straight wins for the LA Kings. And the LA Kings up against the Rangers beat the Rangers in New York 5-1. Crushed them. Okay. The Rangers are coming off of a 5-3 victory at home against Vancouver. But that snapped a 3-game losing streak all at home against Edmonton, Calgary, and Toronto. On the flip side, the Kings, like I mentioned, 7-2 win over Boston, 7-2 win over Carolina, both at home. They're still at home with a ridiculous 25-3-4 record at home. 25-3-4. The Rangers aren't horrible on the road, 17-14-3, but give me the Kings here. Let's just keep betting the Kings and riding the Kings here. Again, you could just straight bet money line on this if you want. Just get the Kings at minus 150, but I'd rather put the 1 unit down and have a chance to get a plus 121 return on it. Kings money line, Avalanche money line. Again, if you want to get froggy, throw St. Louis in there. That makes it a plus 267 parlay. You're betting on the streak, right? Bet on teams to win. I don't hate that, but officially we're going Avalanche, Kings moneyline parlay for 1 unit to win 1.2 units on the comeback for us here today. All right, so our plays for Tuesday. Evan Mobley, points, rebounds, assists, under 34.5. Dyson Daniels, under 14.5 points. Fred VanVleet, point, rebounds, and assists, over 23.5. And Darius Garland, points, rebounds, and assists, under 33.5. Kings and the Avs, moneyline parlay, back to the basics, 1 unit at plus 121 for that 2-leg moneyline parlay. After missing on it yesterday because of, getting off of our just straight money lines, trying to get cute with a plus 1.5. We're going back to just betting against bad hockey teams and the teams that are at home and teams that are hot. Kings and the Avalanche both factor into those situations. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at SportsTalkMatt. Every single morning, it is the Daily Juice Podcast.